Hey, here's something free that I'm surprised nobody mentioned. Have you played yet with Gboard, Google's new keyboard for iOS?
Yes.
Really
It's like
great.
use no other. It's just done, right?
Yeah, just the ability to search for things within the keyboard is just access to search. Like so many times I have to flip between apps because I need to grab that thing or grab that picture or grab that URL as opposed to, I'm guessing the keyboard instead says, I'm guessing you were looking for this. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Google Keyboard.
The only negative, and a number of people pointed this out, is there's no voice dictation button as there is on Android, and that's, I think, probably an Apple thing. Like Apple wants to make sure you use the home button to launch Siri.
Well, also, I mean, like the keyboards are an extension, so they have very minimal resources available to them, which is why they have to let some people get freaked out that it says, you know, hit the share button, and they think, oh, all my stuff is going to Google. No, that just lets, and I wish Apple would clarify this and make that button more apparent. But that also just means that the app can go, like the keyboard can go back to the app and pull more information than the extension itself could contain.
Right. So that's what's kind of cool. If you have the Google keyboard, as I do on my Apple Notes program, it looks like a regular keyboard. It's got autocorrect. It has some. You don't have to have a separate emoji keyboard. It also has animated GIFs, and it will base those on the content in your note. You can also tap that G thing, and it will look for stuff to match, and you could do a search. And it includes not only the standard Google text search, but by the way, without leaving your note program or whatever, but also image search and animated GIF search. So if you just, you know, you're saying, I need more animated GIF kitties, I could put that in there, and then you paste it in. And the
most interesting thing about this is Apple spent years trying to disintermediate Google from iOS. Like if you search, you'll get iBooks recommendations. If you search, you could switch away from it. It'll go through Siri. They'll do everything they can to stop queries going directly to Google. And then by making one fantastic keyboard, suddenly everyone is sending everything back to Google again. And I love that because you're competing off quality. You're not competing off any market lock-in.
And there are lots of settings. I mean, if you're one of those people who wants all uppercase keys, you know, the old style app, you can do that. There's a ton of settings in here. It's I think it has the same problem all third-party keyboards have on iOS, which is Apple takes it back even if you delete the Apple keyboard when you're entering a password, things like that. But you know, this is such a nice keyboard. As good as you can
I think it's as good. iOS.
You guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was really pleased.
It really does. There's some places where you want simplicity, and then there's some place where the culture of choice will just always make a better product, and keyboards are right there. I really think one of the reasons why iPhones and iPads have gotten so much better in the past couple of years is just simply that if you don't like X, you have the option of replacing X with Y, not system-wide, but at least the important places like the keyboard. And it just goes to show you that this is not the sort of thing that you would think of unless you are a search-based company that's used not just based on search, but is also has been spending years with online apps that let the manufacturer observe how people are working with information to see that, well, actually, people usually do it this way. So why don't we make it easy for people to do it this way?
Yeah. Glide or swipe typing is built in. Emoji suggestions as you type. It will, if you want a happy face and type something happy, it'll know. Auto correction, auto capitalization, character preview. That's the pop-up.
I do wish there was a toggle that would let you switch between Roboto and San Francisco, because I'm one of those people who notice the difference in characters.
It is
between
Roboto,
top and bottom.
isn't it? Yeah.
And
that doesn't mean you can't type in San Francisco, but the keyboard is in Roboto.
Yeah, it's just my brain sees two different fonts on the page and just keeps switching back and forth. So not everyone cares.
Yeah, that's because you're a designer. You see these things that we don't see.
See, now you've got me once again picking up my actual like Google Nexus phone that runs Android and saying that no, the new keyboard is not available.
I checked immediately.
No,
there's a new keyboard.
It was released. It was released a while ago, like a couple weeks ago. But Google actually will just sort of say we will let the first 50,000 people have it, and then the next 1,000. It's one of the reasons why they don't have to do like a 0.0001 update, because they decided to release it slowly to see what happens if people start mutating if we put this in the water supply. But
also, I mean, like, it's nice.
Did you get it? Because I don't have it on my Android. I guess you're
again. I just checked. I've been checking, and it just arrived today as available.
It's
Yeah,
an
I did get an
interesting thing
update, but it
because
wasn't that
Google
much.
technically doesn't have to make, like, there's no pressure to make this for Android, but they have a huge reward in making it for iOS. And that they're back in the search pipeline.
You're going
Well,
to be
that
using the
makes a lot of
Google
sense,
keyboard. Although I have to say, Android, because they've allowed third-party keyboards for so long, has a very rich ecosystem of third-party keyboards. Apple does now somewhat too.
Not only that, but just as a sidebar, one of the problems that of the Android ecosystem is that a company like Samsung can reskin everything and make it look more like a Samsung phone, anything else. So by releasing basically everything that makes the application launcher, the photo system, the keyboard now, all kinds of stuff are now just separate apps you can download into your phone, no matter who makes it. So you can make every phone look like stock Android. And also it means that now if they want to, they don't have to push out a system update to update the keyboard. They can just update an app. So it's one. There are a lot of reasons why Android went from it sucks to okay, it's good. It's not as good as the iPhone to they solved so many of the pain points that now I really feel like I have a free choice, and this sort of thing is in there too. I'm excited about a keyboard. I'm an idiot.
I know.
Heavens.
Gboard.
Look,
No, it's awesome.